I thought the camera was supposed to add 10 pounds.
Hey! Jasmine! Oh!
Hey guys, Michael here from Fat to Fit, and it is a scorcher today here in Melbourne. I'm just sweating all day today. It's about 33 degrees Celsius here, so a pretty hot day, but it's a really muggy day as well, that's the kind of heat I don't like. So summer is definitely coming. Got a haircut today. What do you guys think? I really like this new hairdresser I've been going to for the past few months. They're really good at what they do. Anyway, in today's episode of Real Talk, what I wanted to talk about was something I've been getting a few questions on, and that is loose skin surgery, what I think about it, will I ever get it done, stuff like that. And so, let's get started. So, loose skin surgery. So for those who don't know what loose skin surgery is, basically removal of your loose skin, but it pretty much involves getting the skin removed and a recovery time of a few months depending on how much you get removed. I think that's how it goes, and it is classified as a cosmetic surgery, so it can be quite expensive, especially here in Australia. So what people like to do is go overseas to get the surgery because it can be a lot cheaper, but there can be risks associated with that as well, which you kind of have to consider. Now, for my stance on loose skin surgery, I think if you want it, that's great, go for it. But me personally, it's not something I feel that I need right now. Of course, it's something I might want in the future. Like, who wants loose skin hanging there? You've seen my loose skin. If you haven't, if you're a new subscriber, I'll link the video somewhere on the screen and go check that out. But I don't think I need the surgery. Like, I don't need it for any medical purposes. Sometimes people need the loose skin surgery because they have a considerable amount of loose skin and it can affect them when they move. Like, if they jump up and down, it can go everywhere, or it could be prone to infection or rashes or stuff like that with the skin folds. And I don't really have any of those issues. The skin just kind of hangs there, so it's more, if I would get the surgery, it would be more for the look of it rather than any actual need, which is, I think, a big difference between people getting the surgery. Like, for some people it does seriously interfere with their lives, maybe not physically but mentally, when they have to look at that in the mirror every day, and it's something that they're constantly self-conscious about, and it can break you down mentally over time. Even me, I've had my mental issues with it, even just recently, because it just bunches up and it can hang over, and you're just very self-conscious about it and what people are gonna think or say. But then I've kind of had to realize that who cares what other people think or say about my loose skin? It's my body. I can do whatever I want with it. It can look however I want with it. If they have a problem with that, then that's their problem, it's not mine. And so that's something I've had to come to understand and expect. And so the main issue with my loose skin is that I carry a lot of water weight in my loose skin, and so I look bigger than I actually am in terms of my stomach area. So that's an issue for me, but it doesn't really bother me as much. And so, I feel like I'm rambling, but yeah, anyway, loose skin surgery, at the moment, I don't think it's something for me. Basically because I don't think I need it as of now, and because it is so expensive. It is going to be at least $10,000 here in Australia to get the loose skin surgery, and I just don't have that kind of money to go and spend on that. And then the few months recovery as well, it's just something I don't want to experience right now. And for those out there who want to, then that's good for them. And then that's good for them. And of course, I've heard stories and experiences from different people who have gotten the surgery, and they've enjoyed life a lot more. But there are some serious things that can go wrong. I'm not going to talk about this to scare anyone, but just so anyone out there thinking about getting the surgery knows all the facts, that like with any surgery, there is the possibility of something going wrong. And there's a few stories on YouTube, people have documented their loose skin surgery the procedure beforehand, the procedure, and afterwards. And there have been people who have gotten septic infections. So what that means is when because with the loose skin, how they do it, they cut it off and then they stitch it back up, and you need tubes and stuff in there as well to drain any fluid that builds up. And so there is a chance it can get infected, and some people have had stories where it's gotten infected, and sepsis is when the infection spreads throughout your whole body, and so you can die from that pretty much, and it's a very serious health issue. And that's just one possibility from the surgery. Then the other possibility is it might not get done properly, so it might not look as what you wanted it to. The main thing, if you are deciding or contemplating on getting this surgery, is getting all the information you can, and not taking the first opinion of the first specialist you see. You wanna go around to a few different people. You want to talk to people who have had the surgery from those surgeons. You want to just make the right choice, because there are some surgeons out there that are dodgy and just want your money, and they won't do a proper job. And then this is something that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life, because after you get the loose skin removed, you are going to have a scar, and depending on the skills of the surgeon, depends how that's going to look, how the skin's going to be removed, how it's going to heal. All of these things depends pretty much on the surgeon and the recovery, and so you want to have the best chances you can. And if somebody botches your surgery, then the worst thing that can happen is death, and that's something you definitely do not want, because who wants to die from a cosmetic surgery? So that's another thing that's really got me reluctant to wanting to have the surgery, is the risk associated with it. But I suppose there's risk associated with any kind of surgery, but for a cosmetic surgery, for getting a surgery just for looks, I don't think, in my opinion, the risk is worth it, unless it's something that is seriously affecting your quality of life. So the way you live and the way you do your day-to-day things. And it's just some people are focused so much on the look of it that they just they want to forget about that part of their life, which is completely understandable, because having been an obese individual myself, it does leave its mental scars on you. But just in my opinion, I don't think I need the surgery. I don't really want it right now. Maybe sometime in the future I'll change my mind. There's still time for my skin to tighten. I'm only 21 years old. I do look like I have quite a bit of loose skin, but feeling that the only thing you can do for loose skin besides surgically removing it is giving it time to see how much it tightens up, and trying to fill it with muscle, and just trying to eat as healthy as you can, staying hydrated. All these things will help to tighten your loose skin, especially if you're young. If you're older, it's harder for your skin to tighten because it doesn't rebound as quickly. But when you're young, there's all chances possible it can tighten right up. If you haven't been, it all depends on a number of different factors. How long you were obese or overweight, what your diet is like, skin treatments maybe. All these kinds of things can affect that, and the only way to really know is to give it some time, which is what I want to do with my loose skin, rather than quickly jump into something hastily like a surgery that can have potential risks such as death. So anyway, I think that's going to be long enough for this episode. If you enjoyed hearing about this topic, give the video a like. Comment down below if you want me to talk about any other topics. I'm happy to do future videos on them, or send me a message, or if you have anything to say on the topic of this video. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you later, guys.